Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. My grandfather once told me that I should be very careful when I confront a disparate animal, for example, a cat, in a corner or in a room where there isn't any exit. The most likely outcome is that the cat will gouge out your eyes. He will make sure that it comes out with your eyes. For those who have followed this channel for some time now, you all understand that William Ruto is now a cornered man. He has been pushed into a corner and is unable to come out. He's very disparate, and you know that just like any other domestic or wild animal, William Ruto is cornered, and just like they could react, William Ruto is reacting very disparately, and the disparate reaction is not good for us. Today, as Kenyans gathered to celebrate the birthday of Raila Odinga, some very bitter policemen who still believe that their work is not to maintain law and order, but to frustrate those who don't read from the same page as the government that they serve, decided to throw tear gas into that celebration.
Ma'am, toka tu. Tumbele kana go ipita moro ma smart, mate into.
What? Happy birthday, wewe! Tuko hapa! Tuko hapa wewe! Uko nini umbwa?
It is not lost on us, ladies and gentlemen, that some months ago, some very queer policemen fired directly into Raila Odinga's convoy, and this car actually was fired at more than 9 times. And we know that Azimio supporters were killed, some were maimed. These are scenes that are not lost on us. So when we see the same policemen that are supposed to, in fact, Azimio, the motto, the policeman motto is utumishi kwa wote. I wonder why they cannot render service to all Kenyans. Just recently, you saw a choreographed demonstration where some slum dwellers were given money to come and demonstrate in the CBD, and the demonstration was very peaceful. The policemen were giving them the necessary support and security. So today, a gathering that was not even meant for demonstration is being dispersed. And if you realized, they waited until that gathering started singing happy birthday. They waited for that moment, and they threw the tear gas. I could see women. I mean, how do you do that when you have women there? Even if you're a policeman and you're serving your boss, don't you realize that you also were born of a mother? But I want us to look at very briefly what might have informed the police to react this way, because obviously they were following some orders. But what does William Ruto fear? Because For you to just come and start dispersing people with tear gas and live bullets, there is a reason that might have informed this decision. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're watching for the first time. Click the notification bell, like our videos and share them, and to all our subscribers and supporters, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, recently when people celebrated Uhuru Kenyatta's birthday, the country went into a frenzy. It was fireworks. You remember the Kameme FM presenter calling Uhuru, and people were very happy, and it was fireworks all over the country, especially in the Jubilee dominated counties, especially in Mount Kenya. This did not go down well with the government, because after that William Ruto had to organize for an impromptu meeting with Kimani Ichung'wah and the team to try and neutralize Uhuru Kenyatta. And then immediately after that birthday party, Uhuru came back into the country, said, I'm in Azimio. And then pop, you saw William Ruto saying that Uhuru Kenyatta and the team are sponsoring some Kenyans to go and stall his projects in court. They did not want a repeat of that frenzy. They did not want a repeat of that colorful ceremony, because it exposes William Ruto. People love Uhuru Kenyatta and people love Raila Odinga. They knew very well that when people, and you see, it was very strategic. Those people decided to go to the CBD to celebrate Raila's party. And William Ruto does not want any situation or anything showcasing that people love Raila Odinga. It is a love that he knows very well exists, but he's trying to conceal it. Umeona mtoto amejificha kwa njugu, shamba la njugu, na anasema amejificha. Ama mtoto amekaa na anafunika macho alafu anadhani amejificha. That is exactly what William Ruto is doing. He knows very well people loves Raila. The Azimio fraternity was going to be there, but he is afraid of it. He doesn't want people to know, but people already know. Remember, the contest has always been, did Raila really win, or did William Ruto really win? And if he did, why can't it be reflected even in the functions? They have to ferry people to their functions so that what wanaweza judge. So he was afraid of that. Number two, he recently celebrated his party that was very cold. Kenyans boycotted that party. In fact, 24 hours later, some leaders were called to ensure that they were sending their birthday wishes. And Kenyans did not care, because as they were celebrating his birthday party, people are crying out of the high cost of living. People were looking at a Christmas that was dry. People are looking at now, like we have opened schools and people don't have school fees, even uniforms, or even money to buy books. So when he celebrated this birthday, Kenyans boycotted. They didn't. In fact, some Kenyans really mocked him. It was empty, because people did not see the need to celebrate. Why should you? You know, if you ask people today, why do you celebrate Raila's birthday? They will tell you, this guy has fought for us. He fought for the devolution. And of course, not only Raila, but together with the people. He always gives people impetus. He has fought for the devolution, for the new constitution, that the first person who benefited was the man who rejected and opposed. William Ruto was the first deputy president under the new constitution. So Raila fought for it. For the democratic space, the freedom of speech and all this, we had people together with Raila who fought for it. So we have a reason to celebrate his birthday party. But why, if you ask me, should I celebrate Ruto? Do I celebrate him because the cost of living is too high? Do I celebrate him for forcing people with the housing levy? Why should I? And if you are a supporter of William Ruto, can you be honest enough, acha my feelings, tell me why I should even celebrate Ruto's birthday party? So William Ruto was bitter that they boycotted his party, yet people were coming in good number. In jubilation, people were very jovial and happy as they celebrated Raila's birthday. Number two, William Ruto has been very bitter of late, accusing some people of sabotaging his agenda. But we all know that he wants this money that has been brought into a pool, like the housing levy. Some people have gone to stall, or rather to pose the NHIF bill. And they have a right, because under the new constitution that I'm talking about, that Raila fought for, We have a right to go to courts. Remember, he had said that when the opposition went to the courts, they were hell-bent in ensuring that they sabotage his development program. So people decided, we are not going to the streets, even though it is entrenched into the constitution, we will use other means. People went to court. It is also another problem. He's been bitter now, threatening people with the sword, threatening the judiciary, judges that are not aligned to him. Even the ruling that was done the other day, where William Ruto is still going to collect some housing levy up to 26, was as a result of the threats and intimidation. So our president is very bitter. We need someone, maybe some guidance. We need someone to cool him down, because atalipuka, it's not healthy for him. Have you seen the way he's emaciated? Our president, Amekonda. We need someone to cool him down. We need some advisors to talk to him. So this is as a result of bitterness. That is why he just sent policemen there to disperse people. He's bitter. You know, when you are bitter, you do things that you don't understand. Later, when you are back to your senses, you're wondering, what did I do? Really, what did I do? Nini nimefanya? This is exactly what is happening. And then the people who are around him are not helping him. You need to have friends who can tell you the truth. When you're mad, they tell you, please calm down. But you see, we have a president and a deputy president who think the same. If they decide to kill, do it. If they decide to cause mayhem on the street, do it. And this is the problem. Number two, he was afraid that the speeches were going to be fireworks, because this party was taking place at a time when people are hungry and angry at the same time. The cost of living is high. The biggest conversation is how people are gonna money to take the children to school. You saw the fee structure of Mango High School trending, 90,000 before you buy anything. And so people are bitter. People are wondering, what is it? So they knew very well that Azimio had said that we might even go back to the streets in 2024. And so they knew that when people gather together, the speeches would expose him. And he didn't like anything to do with the speeches, condemning the way he's ruling, you know, people talking about the high cost of living. He didn't want it. I understand the members of parliament are saying the CDF has not been dispatched and they are wondering what they're going to do. There are parents who depend on it. So he didn't want the speeches. And so he had to scuttle the progress. But you know, somewhere in Mombasa, Raila and Joe were celebrating. And somewhere in Nairobi, leaders led by the Westlands Member of Parliament, Tim Wanyonyi, was celebrating Raila's birthday. So it didn't amount to anything. I mean, they dispersed that group, but all over the nation, people were celebrating Raila's birthday. Even in their small houses, in their corners. Some people just went and prayed for him for a longer life. So there's nothing they're doing. They are bitter, but this must continue. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, it was going to unite Azimio members of parliament, Azimio leaders. You know, if there is something that William Ruto cannot stomach, it is a thorn in his flesh, it's the unity of Azimio, so that as we approach 2027, he's going to face a united team. He has tried to take the Jubilee members, he has tried to take some few members from the ODM, but they are united. They have tried to sponsor headlines that Martha Karua is going. These people are still united. Uhuru said, I'm in Azimio to stay. Joho was in Mombasa, and I think they really feel bitter because they have prayed that Raila is left. They have always prayed that this is left to be a Raila affair, a Luo affair. That is why they targeted Luos during the demonstrations. But the Azimio team are stronger together. They have realized that for them to progress, they must be united. So William Ruto was afraid of the unity. One thing that the people are advising Ruto are not telling him, the more you disperse them, the more you mistreat them, the more they become stronger. They are united in pain. And even, in fact, moving forward, you're going to see the Azimio. They have condemned it already, but more is to come. On our side, for those who read or are subscribed to Raila's political ideology, we wish you a happy birthday, Baba. May you live longer to blow even 1,000 candles. To William Ruto, there is no need. There's no need frustrating people. Concentrate on implementing the agenda that you promised people. And as some leaders were saying, if you see that you are overwhelmed, give way for someone who is ready. And that is my take.